Hi everybody. This presentation deals with the subject of obtaining non-traceable certificate from the police authorities. A checklist with special reference to the state of Tamil Nadu has been prepared by me. I am Dr. T. A. Srinivasan, General Counsel. What is a non-traceable certificate? A non-traceable certificate, popularly known as NTC, of title deeds is essentially required in a situation when the original title deeds of an immovable property are lost, misplaced, or destroyed and cannot be located or recovered. In such cases, the immovable property owners may face great ordeal when they resort to sell or transfer or mortgage their immovable property, because every registering authority will ask for the uh, previous title deeds for registration. So this non-traceable certificate comes in handy in rescuing the such property owners to sell, transfer, or mortgage their property. There are some possible steps to consider. First of all, obtain a duplicate title deed. It may be necessary for the owner of the land or the immovable property to make an application before the sub-registration authority or the registry for a duplicate copy of the title deed. That could be the one first step. Maybe organizations may consider buying an indemnity insurance to protect against potential claims arising out of the loss of immovable property title deeds. Prepare a statutory declaration detailing the circumstances of the lost title deeds. Could be another important step. It is necessary for the property owners to get the non-traceable certificates from the police authorities. This is essential while registering the property for sale, transfer, mortgage, or alienating the subject immovable property, as the case may be, whose title deeds have been lost. The process of obtaining non-traceable certificate has been elaborate, as it was earlier misused and led to serious fraudulent transactions. The checklist which I have conceived, helps to follow helps to follow a process laid out for obtaining a non-traceable certificate from the police authorities without any hassles. What is the checklist? First, make a formal complaint with the police station in which jurisdiction the original title deeds or documents were lost. The complaint must contain inter alia the following: the exact title of the document, its number, date, sub-register office, and other relevant details. The date or probable date of loss of subject title deeds or documents has to be mentioned in the complaint. The exact place where the subject title deeds of the property were lost with the address has to be mentioned in the complaint. It may also be mentioned in the complaint how it was lost, whether it was due to fire, flood, or by misplacement, etc. The complaint may also contain the efforts taken by the landowner to trace the subject title deeds and documents. Every complaint must be accompanied by the following documents or enclosure, and such other documents as advised by the police authorities which they think fit and proper. What are these documents? The certified copy of the original documents lost should be accompanying the complaint. The copy of the patta of the lost document with the name of the original owner, that is also essential. This has to be obtained from the revenue authorities. An encumbrance certificates of the lost document for the 30 years or so may be obtained from the concerned sub-registrar's office, which should accompany the complaint. Further, a FMB, a field measurement book sketch of the property of the lost document, may accompany the complaint. Documents like chitta adangal of the lost property document with kissed receipts as applicable may be attached with the complaint. If the title deed happens to be a house property title deeds, property tax assessment, electricity connection assessment, water and sewerage tax assessments can be attached. Certified copies of the documents must be obtained within a month or so when the complaint has been presented, from the complaint presentation date to the relevant jurisdiction of the police station. In addition, the following documents enclosures must accompany the complaint: the recent photograph of the owner complainant or that of his duly constituted power of attorney, preferably attested at the back side of the photo; a complainant's ID proof, KYC, and mobile numbers, Aadhaar card and PAN card duly attested; name, addresses, and designation of 3 witnesses along with their ID proofs; copy of the newspaper advertisement in Tamil and English daily by the owner or through his advocate 30 days before the complaint. The copy of the newspaper advertisement in English daily, either in person or through an advocate, that has already been covered in the point number 4. I have attached the copy of the advertisement format in as enclosure number 1. In addition, the following affidavits, undertakings, documents should accompany the complaint. The complainant should submit an original undertaking or affidavit along with the complaint, duly notarized, along with his ID proof and mobile number, stating inter alia that no civil dispute or mortgage about the subject property document alleged to have been lost is pending before any court or financial institution, and that if he or she furnishes any false information about the property whose documents alleged to have been lost, the petitioner or whoever abets the offense shall be liable for criminal prosecution under appropriate legal provisions, and complainant shall hand over the missing document if it is traced later. In case of death of the original legal owner of the lost documents, his or her legal heir should present the complaint along with the following documents: the death certificate of the death of the legal owner issued by the competent local body, municipality, or corporation authorities; a legal heir certificate issued by the designated revenue authority to establish that the complainant is the legal heir of the owner of the property or of the subject documents lost. In case of multiple legal heirs, no objection certificates must be obtained from other legal heirs other than the petitioner should be enclosed along with the complaint. On lodging the complaint to the police authority along with all the enclosures or documents, the complainant must seek a CSR copy from the police station. This CSR copy should be issued only by the station house officer in the name of the complainant, which means a constable cannot issue this CSR copy. The shortfall in the production of documents, if any shortfall in the production of documents is noticed on intimation by the station house officer in writing, the concerned complainant shall produce the concerned documents within a week or so as directed by the police authorities. Tracing of the lost documents. On submission of the complaint, the required documents, necessary action will be taken by the station house officer to trace out the said original documents, and due inquiry shall be conducted by him as to whether the owners or the complainant had encumbered the land documents, and he will do so by approaching the concerned sub-registrar for verification if necessary. If the police authorities are unable to trace out the said missing title deed documents, original documents, and if there is no encumbrance, the station house officer then will issue a non-traceable certificate to the complainant after getting an acknowledgement, sending a copy of the complaint to the concerned sub-registrar if need be. A copy of the non-traceable certificate is attached as an enclosure 3. This is the usual format normally issued by the police authorities. The format one talks about the format of the advertisement to be given in the English newspaper as well as the Tamil newspaper is shown in format number 1, which can be used by the complainant, and format number 2 is an affidavit which has to be engrossed in 200 rupees non-judicial stamp paper, duly signed by the deponent or the complainant who wants the non-traceable certificate. The format number 3 is non-traceable certificate, which normally issued by the police authorities. This non-traceable certificate is really helpful for sale, mortgage, or registration of any such property, immovable property. This non-traceable certificate has to be carefully preserved as an original document by the person who is holding that immovable property. I hope this presentation was helpful. This will really guide you to get the non-traceable certificate without any hassles. Please follow the guidelines mentioned in this presentation. Thanks a lot.